The following is a conversation with Anto Breslin. Anto currently plays for St. Pat's in the men's Premier Division, and having previously played for Bows and Longford as well as Wolves in the UK, he's got vast experience in football. In today's episode, we discuss his time playing in the UK with Wolves, the transition to playing in the League of Ireland, and his transition into men's football, as well as being on both sides of both winning and losing the FAI CUP final. We hope you enjoy the podcast. Good start to the year.
Yeah,
First league win. Happy?
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a mad game, being honest. Galway's a mad place. The pitch was mad. The atmosphere was great, in fairness. Galway are great to have in the league. The fans were excellent, and we got down to good travelling fans as well. So the atmosphere was very good. The pitch was the pitch, let's just say that. But no, listen, it's a great 3 points, as we said. Like, we'll probably look back on at the end of the season and say that was a great 3 points, because I think they will definitely take points off teams.
It's probably a good time to play them, wasn't it? First game. It almost sounds bad, but if you can get a result, no, you don't have to worry about it too much going away to them. That is a major 3 points. We were speaking off camera. They're going to be very difficult to play against, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Like, they, in fairness, like, as I said, there's many ways to skin a cat. That they play a certain type of football. And listen, it'll work for them. They definitely will work for them. They'll take points off teams. You know, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but the pitches suits that style of football down to the ground. So it will, like, if you're centre halves and ready up for the game, they could eat you up.
Yeah, we were in you weren't there, were you?
No,
we went to Eamon DC. Yeah, we went down.
It's a great stadium.
A year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And this was at a time where obviously they're a big club anyway, but they were kind of building some hype.
Yeah.
I remember being in the stand going, gee, this could be a massive club. Like, they could be huge. And if they obviously can stay in the league, then grow, there'd be such a threat. And you, like you said, the fans and stuff, there were.
What was the attendance? Was it 5,000? Did they get?
I don't actually know, but it was sellout anyway. I think the Pats fans were behind the goal and everything. They sold out their away section. So
class.
Now listen, it's great, like, you know, when the Galway fans were in early, so the atmosphere was great straight away. It felt like a proper game when you go from pre-season. You go into this ground, you want people there early, cause a bit of an atmosphere, you know, feel like a proper game, and that's what it was. It was great. It wasn't for the purists now, but like it was a good game, competitive game, football. And listen, the league's backing me out. That's all we wanted, you know.
Sometimes they're good to watch, aren't they?
Yeah,
guilty
pleasures.
They're just like the rough games. I like it.
Yesterday, like Luton are class to watch because they're just so dogged, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're gonna get. They might try something short, and then you're like, oh. why did you go short there? You're waiting for it to come on top of your head, do you know what I mean? But no, listen, as I said, they will definitely take points off teams, and I think they'll probably stay up comfortably.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, nice. Right, let's get into it. So, give us a quick a recap on last year. Obviously, the cup win, fantastic way to finish the year. I would like to presume you enjoyed the entire year.
Yeah, no, listen, I started every game last year, so listen, for myself, that's a good achievement, I suppose. I didn't play every minute, but I played, I think, majority of the games. No, on a personal level, it was a good year for me. I was playing at a good standard. I played every week, and obviously to cap it off with a cup final was amazing. And then we secured European football about 2 weeks before the cup final. And listen, that kind of took the edge off the last few games. You know what I mean? Going into the cup final, where other teams were kind of like balls are pushing for the league to get to them European spots, and that might took that mind off the final, which we just found ourselves in a good situation that we done it early, you know. So we were able to throw everything into the cup final then. So now listen, as I said, for personally, start every game, I was happy with that, and then to finish off with a cup final, I was delighted.
We were at the cup final, and the atmosphere was very good. Like, it was lively, wasn't it? Even early doors, the warm up and stuff, even from both ends, to be fair, it was very good.
No, listen, they're the games you want to play in, you know. It was atmosphere from both ends was mental, and the flares going off, and it was like a real, like, I don't know, like a European game. It was mad, but I listened, like, the occasion, everything, the week before, even getting your suits fitted and train and going around, walking around the Viva, and it's a great week. Like, you have to really embrace and try to take as much in as you can, even though you're kind of like, just win, do you know what I mean? But now it's a great week, in fairness, like, and they done it really well, like. Yeah, no,
the whole occasion was very well done. Did you find in the game itself, did you feel on edge, or did you feel present in the game?
I gave away a pen on the first 10 minutes. But no, honestly, I was so confident going into the game. I don't know, even when we did go 1-0 down after the penalty, and Joe and Gate looked at me, I was like, we're going to win. And I was just like, we were all, I don't know, we were just in a good run of form coming up to the cup final, and we just knew we were just in such a, like, I think everyone was in the same mind frame, like, we can beat this, you know, we knew we could beat them. So, yeah, no, I wasn't really on edge. Like, before the warm, we were seeing everyone, you're like, this is kind of a big, this is massive, like, you know what I mean? But then once you get into it, you kind of just go into the flow then, you know?
Nice.
How did you reset then after the panel?
It's mad. I actually went to see a sports psychologist, and we actually talked about stuff like that before. I went the Sunday before just to speak to her, and it was just little, she just gave us little exercises, just like these things that she teaches you, and like if a setback happens or a mistake happens, and just to put in the back of your mind, just go, you know. So and that was it. Then I just reset, went again. Take off came, we just went again. You know, so
it was a weird one because when the goal went in, obviously there was the flare stuff, so the game kind of like died for they're like, it must it must have stopped for like 3 or 4.
It stopped for a while.
Do you think that kind of kills the momentum for bowls in a weird way?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think you got 1-0 in a cup final?
You just want to get it going again.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that might maybe help you, where you're kind of, or maybe it could be the opposite, where you wanted it to go again. So you
we all kind of like came together and we were just talking. Do you know what I mean? Like, even little stuff like that we were saying, we were just talking about the games, like get at him, do this, you know. And that kind of gave us nearly like a half-time team talk. Not even on the pitch, not even with the manager, just between ourselves. And sometimes that can be even better because you're in the game and you can feel it, you know. You can probably say, get at him, or do this, or try this. So that just suited us down to the ground. And obviously once the force went in, I knew then. I was like, no, we're going to do this.
That, after giving away the penalty, you were asking about, like, how do you reset? Do you have a trigger for that? As in, if you make a mistake, do you do anything in particular, or is it a case of just
no? It's just I don't know other people have other stuff and the bands and stuff like that. No, I had to hate my wrist that day as well, and I was gonna do something. I was speaking to her about, and she was like, the sports psychologist was like, do you need to? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm quite good at like resetting things. Maybe when I was a bit younger, I might have wanted something there, but as you get a bit more experience, I don't think you kind of rely on stuff like that as more. So no, I just kind of, as I said, put it in the back of my mind and just cracked on then.
Yeah, nice. That's interesting. How often do you go see sports psych?
It depends. Like, it's not like a weekly thing or monthly thing. It's just sporadic kind of. You just go and see her and just have a chat about. It's not even like everything. It can be football. It can be everything. I think everyone should go. I didn't exactly thought. I didn't think I needed to go. And then, when the lads on my team went and recommended this person, so we just went and. Listen, it was definitely one of the best things I'd done. I'd recommend anyone to go and do it 100%. Even if you think you don't need help, I think it's just good to have a chat with somebody, you know.
100%, especially someone who's trained.
Yeah,
so it's incredible what it can do for you. And sometimes I think some people go in and they're almost scared of being like vulnerable. Like they'll find something wrong with. They're not there to do that. Obviously, that's not what their intentions are.
And like, as a fella or whatever in football, I think, no, don't need that. I'm sound. Do you know what I mean? I don't need any of this, but it's good. Like, some people, you know, like, it's not even that you be comfortable with your family, of course, you spay things, but it's just a different voice, and you know that they're there to help you. And once you go once, I think you're there, like, oh, she's not gonna hold that against me if I say this to her, or this or that. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I think it's good to get things out of your chest, and then obviously she's gonna help you with football. So why wouldn't you want that extra 1% or that extra 5%? She might help your game. So
100%. You train technical, physical aspects. The mind is probably the most important. Especially everyone at your level is a good player. It's a case of where can I maybe get extra percentages, and even just to feel better in yourself and whatnot. The benefits are substantial. That's good. It's good to hear that it's so much more common now as well. Thank God. It's so much more common. Like, obviously, you're not going to disclose names, or whatever, but do you think there's a narrative changing, like even in around Pats, where players are openly saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that?
And we're pushing people to go, like, not just older lads, like young lads to go and just go and speak and just have a chat with them, just see what you say. 'Cause as you say, like, even if a young lad gets injured, or an older fella gets injured, it's good to talk to them about, other than hearing the same voice of your ma, your dad, your sister, your missus, or whoever it could be. You know, it's good to hear a different voice. And as you said, like, why wouldn't you want to get that 1% better or the 5% better, you know? So I think you're mad not going anyway.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's a good investment in yourself, isn't it?
Yeah. Taking us back to kind of your younger days, was England always the goal to get there as a young kid growing up?
Yeah, of course. I think you're playing. That's what we all play in England. To be fair, like, I didn't really know much. Like, you obviously know about England, but when you're a kid, you kind of just go and play, and then all of a sudden somebody will come in and say, oh, this club wants you to go in on trial, and then you're like, oh, that's new, and then another one might come in, and they all kind of just roll in then. And then once you get over there, you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is amazing. Do you know what I mean? And then once you obviously sign, and then you realise, oh, this is actually a lot different than what I thought it was going to be, maybe. But yeah, that was definitely always the goal.
What age did the interest start from clubs then, you mentioned? So
I think it was probably after the
Candy Cup
was
the Candy Cup
13,
That was the peak at the time.
That was the thing, wasn't it? The Candy Cup was the thing, and then you kind of, they all come in after that. Then I think all the scouts and whatever. So I can't even remember what age it starts.
it would have been
It would have
13,
been
14
young.
now,
It
but it's
would have been
under 13, so you
Is
would have
it?
been
So you were 12.
roughly, yeah.
So after
good.
the Candy Cup year, then the odd few clubs kind of came in. You just kind of go on the odd weekend, or you go on midterm break. And I was with Kevin, so Kevin's had a big affiliation with West Brom, so we were kind of back and forth with West Brom as a team. And then I went to West Brom a few times after that as well, on trial and this and that. So that was really it. Yeah, since the Candy Cups finished, you kind of just go whatever you want to go.
Yeah. And then you ended up in Wolves. Talk to us about that. How did that come out?
Yeah, no, I wasn't mad. I had a mad journey at Wolves, you know. So I signed for them, I think, when they were in the Premier League. And while I was there, they went all the way down to League One, and then when I left, they were in the Premier League. So it was mad, you know. I've seen it all. So it was crazy. Obviously, when they're in the Premier League with Mick McCarthy, there was a lot of Irish influence there. It was like Kevin Doyle, Stephen Hunt.
Kevin Doyle was there, yeah.
They were all there. There was Kevin Foley. There was a lot of Irish there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you're signing there, like, obviously you navigate, go towards Irish people, and you speak to them, and they obviously come down as a bit of a pull to sign, get you to sign. You know, they know what they're doing. But no, it felt like it was the best club for me, and the coaches were really invested in me when I was on trial, which I didn't feel that was at other clubs. And when you go over with your parents and all, my mum and dad liked it, so I was obviously young, so they liked it, and so I just made the decision to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So what age were you when you went over?
I was 16. Yeah, so
16.
Back in the day, but you could go at 16 then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you didn't have to wait till 18 with
18.
the Brexit and stuff, which is probably better now that you go at 18. You know, it's hard at 16. You're such a kid, and you're moving away from your man and all, which is tough. Like, you know.
How did you adjust to that? Was it did you go over by yourself or?
So I was you kind of sign early, and I was going over on a Saturday, playing a match, and then flying back for school then. So I just go over on a Sunday or Saturday, whatever it was we were playing, and then come back. But you're kind of like over for 2 weeks, come home, over for another 2 weeks, come home, over for 3 weeks, and they kind of go 2, 3. So then you're kind of just embedded into it rather than just going
Straight in.
Yeah, you're moving away, everything's on. So you'll go over for like the midterms and stuff like that, and you'll go for the full week and you'll train all week. So you're kind of like slowly, gradually built into it. And then, I was happy enough. I moved into a digs. My digs people were amazing with me. They looked after me really well, and I think that's important. You have to be comfortable, and you have to be able to speak to them, because essentially they're your man, your dad. Do you know what I mean? They're your man and dad, and now my man that came over, and they had a look at the digs, and they were really happy. So that was it. It was an easy decision, to be fair. Like, and I was happy in the digs. I never had any issues. Where you hear some horror stories, lads looking to move out and having fights and this and that. And I was obviously lucky enough. I was blessed that I didn't have any of that. So it was a nice journey for me over there.
When you get over there, the actual process of transitioning from obviously playing, Kevin's training probably twice a week at the time, I would imagine, maybe Adidas representative session every month or whatever, and then a game. How difficult was that transition into like full-time training? Yeah,
it is. Like you're getting up in the morning, you're going straight into football, usually school, whatever, you know what I mean? So the standard goes up, everything goes up, and I'd say we were kind of like the last generation of like, we clean boots, we cleaned footballs, we cleaned the change room before we left, we cleaned our 18s when it was mad. Mick Hall said, like, we came in one day and we had a boot room, and one of the lads didn't clean our boots, and all of our boots were out in the porch in the rain because one lad didn't clean our boots. So he was real, like, we are kind of the last generation where you could probably, nowadays I don't think you could get away with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we were like, it was great, but I loved it. I wouldn't change it. And like, and even now I'm kind of like, you need young lads to do that. You need them to earn their trades. You need them to respect the older lads in a way that we went down if we want to clean their boots, and if our boots weren't clean, the first team lad let you know. Yeah. Like at 16, do you know what I mean? It's like, what's the right? Why are my boots not clean? Do you know? And it wasn't that, it was like a picking on your thing. It was just like, you do your job. It's
part of the culture.
You do your job and you do it right, you know? And like, it was great that in that sense like that, and they give you a few quid at the end of the year, which is great as well when you don't have that much job, you know what I mean? But like little things like that, I think was good. It was an eye opener. It was different. But I think Kevin's, in fairness, I don't know what they're like now, but Kevin's like were very good at like getting you ready for that.
Yeah.
They were really professional in a way that they trained the way you would in England. You know, there's coaches there that been in England and coached in England before, so you had that level of demands as a kid from really young. So when you go over there, it's not a big shock, you know. So
It's just more you're just training more.
more
essentially.
volume,
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 yes,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
And probably more detail due to the amount of contact
of
hours you
course,
can get
and
through. Yeah.
You're doing video analysis. You get your own laptop to do video analysis,
Yeah.
and you're doing stuff like that, and it's all new to you, you know. But I think you just have to go with like an open mind and listen. Just keep on listening, because you go over, you're playing for Kevin's. More often than not, you're probably the best player in the team, maybe even the league, you know. So you're going over there and you could be 2 left fulls, 3 centre mids, and you might play a first year scholar, second year scholar, and more than likely the second year scholar is going to play ahead of you. And then you're not playing for 2 or 3 weeks when you're used to being the main man, kind of, you know. So it can be, you just have to be mentally strong at a young age, you know.
Did you do anything over there? Obviously, you were young, going over 16, 17. But did you find you had to do anything to try cope with any sort of setbacks at that stage, or was it a case of just kind of burying it and getting on with it?
Yeah, I just kind of just got on with it. I was just head down grafting. That's just the way I was, and still am like that now, even, you know. No, I didn't really like do anything. I was just graft, get the head down. I know what I want. This is what I'm gonna do, you know. So
Yeah, simple
that's
enough.
the way I done it,
Yeah.
It's interesting because you were there, like you said, Premier League till they went down to League One, was it?
Yeah.
Back up. Did you notice any difference in the club over them couple of years? Was it like
Yeah, when they went when they went back up to the Prem this time, it was, the standard was ridiculous. That's when all the Portuguese lads come in.
Yeah.
You know, it was when they were in the Prem the first time, they were probably just staying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They were just staying in the Prem. They might go down, they might go back up. Then obviously they go down to the Champ, and you get relegated from the Champ, you get down to League One. That's a different level altogether, League One compared to the Prem, you know. So you kind of think when you get down to League One, you're thinking, we have a chance here, you know. Like you might go and you're training with them every day, and you might train with them every day, but you're not in the squad, or you get into a squad, and you're not in the 22, or you're not in the 18, and so you're in and around it in League One. And then I think it was me last year. It was like Neves, Jota, like all these. Like, new owner came in, just brought like, I think he brought a plane of Portuguese lads over with him, and like all these boys came. They're just like, I'm nowhere near this.
Really?
Like it's just like, it's such an eye opener. It's crazy. Like you're just like, these boys are different.
Were you training with them?
Yeah, we trained with them. Like when Nuno was there, like he loved it. He just done 11v11s a lot. Like
Really?
small games, smaller pitch, but like shape, loads of shape work and in these zones. And we'd obviously just be the guinea pigs running around after them. Do you know what I mean? So, but like it was just, we were like, this is ridiculous level. Like, and this was in the Championship.
Yeah.
So nobody kind of knew these boys yet, you know. So and they were so young. Like I think they were similar age to us. They were 21, 22.
Yeah.
yeah,
And they
sure,
were bringing them
thing Nuno or what's the name?
Neves.
Ruben Neves. He was only 20.
Yeah, like
Something
he was the same
really?
age as us, you know.
Yeah.
And like we were coming in and we were like, my God, this fella's unbelievable. Yeah. And he was scoring volleys from 40 yards in the Champ, and like Jota just banging them in, and you're just like, these boys are, this is serious. Like,
The realisation.
Captain Porto when he was like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
Really,
In the
yeah.
Champions League the year before he
They
went.
played at Porto.
Yeah.
Played at Porto.
Yeah.
She might go
And
to
he comes
Wolves.
over and he's like in around it. Like you said, eye opener is a good way to
Yeah.
describe it. But is it like an immediate? Oh
Yeah.
my God! Like I could be in trouble here.
Yeah.
Of how good they are.
Yeah, major, major. Like, but like even the year they went up the Championship, they were ridiculous. I remember, look, we obviously went to every game, and you're just like, these will do well in the Prem.
Mm-hmm.
They were that good, you know. Even if they didn't bring anyone in, that team there would do well in the Prem. I think they went on. They finished like seventh or eighth that year, you know.
I think they were 8.
So they were excellent, like, and we were thinking, I'm not there this year, like, you know. I even like play 11v11, and usually you're like, right, I'm gonna do well here. I was thinking, I don't even want to get down there. I'm gonna get run around here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to get down to try, but I'm gonna get the run around here, and then you try and do a bit, and it's just like bopping it around you. This is different. This is a complete different level, you know.
Yeah.
And then obviously the year they go up to the Prem, even more come in. You know, Moutinho comes in, and all them.
He was class.
And you're talking like European winner playing
Yeah.
for Portugal. You know, all these boys, and you're just like, this is another level again.
Yeah.
Just to stay there, do you know what I mean? And
Scary, isn't it?
yeah.
Scary. The levels are. It's hard to describe, I would say, unless you're just.
Yeah, and you
in
see
it.
it more in training.
Yeah.
You know, you see it more in training when you're training, especially in 11v11. There's open spaces, like, and these boys at this time they're wrapping balls into each other. You're just like, where'd that go? Do you know what I mean? And it's just when you see it in training, it's the levels above. It's just crazy, you know. And that's what I'm saying. That these young lads going away, now that like Sam went to Sheffield.
Yeah.
And obviously he's excellent. He's been excellent for us. He's obviously gone to Sheffield and hopefully goes on to do well and has a great career. But I was saying to him, like, it's different. And like you'll realise that, and like obviously he rang me during the day and he was like, no, it's different. But like you get up to speed, like it's not like you're miles off. You adapt, you kind of you adapt to your surroundings, and when they are moving it quick and you pick up little things, like the things you pick up and you're just like, right, now I know. You kind of just bed your way in, and then you go and impose yourself then,
Who was the left full at the time?
Barry Douglas was a Scottish fella.
I was at Leeds for a bit as well,
Leeds,
wasn't
he went to Leeds, then he got 2 promotions. He was excellent.
Really?
Yeah, he was excellent.
Is there anything you were looking at him going, I need to add that to my game?
His left foot was ridiculous. Him and Matt Doherty as well that year.
Oh,
Matt Doherty was unbelievable that year. He was right wing back, and I don't know, he got 8 goals and 8 assists or something. He was ridiculous. He was like probably Wolves' best player that year. He went up. He was so good. And Barry Douglas was the same as left foot. He was just whipping balls in all day, and Jota was just nodding them in or tapping them in. Or it was just they were just so good. Like they were excellent at what they done, and like no, they're obviously still there now. Some of them, like, and they're still playing at the top level.
Yeah. You had I actually didn't notice until we were researching for the podcast earlier that you had the brief loan in Tamworth.
Is
that it? And you played there for how long was it? Was it 3
6 months? So it must have been. I can't even remember. I think I was only young. I was only 18, 19 when I went. It was just to get men's football. They'll do that. They'll send you out to these conference teams and
how was that?
That's tough. Like, when you're only a kid, you're only 18, 19, you're like playing against like your first experience playing against men, and you're playing left foot. And they know there's a lad from Wolves on loan here. Diags straight onto him. Do you know what I mean? They're not. It's a bit like different over here. Like they'll try and play but these boys will just go on target.
Yeah, they don't care, do they?
They don't care. It'll be the left back Diag, and this big 6 foot baldy fella will just go bang. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's great. Like, I loved it. And like, yes, I would go to clubs. Like, they were kind of the club that a lot of the lads kind of went to. The younger lads that were probably not ready for first team football with the reserves, but they were probably too good for the 18s. Not too good, but the step was probably they needed. That was the next step to go on, and they just put you in the Conference League, and it was a great experience. I loved it, but definitely tough.
The loan conferences, the loans into the conference, they must again, on a whole different level, be another eye opener. That senior football is not like luxurious.
No.
It's luxurious when you've got a bunch of Portuguese lads popping out around. That's beautiful. But when it's on the other side of it, and lads are just trying to make X amount of money just to live, like, it's a different story, isn't it?
That's what it is. Like, lads are looking to pay their mortgage. They're looking for new contracts. They're looking for this, so they don't care. Do you know what I mean? They don't care that you're looking for experience. Do you know what I mean? They, like, get out of my way. I need a new contract, or I need this goal bonus, or I need this. You know, so now listen, it was great, and I keep on saying you need first team football. It's completely different, especially if you're playing academy football. Like academy football, like, it's just nice. It's tippy top. Technically, you learn loads, and it's great for that end of it. But like, you want to go on and play for Barcelona, you want to go play in top end of the Prem if you're going to play like that for your career. And listen, you know how hard that is. So this could be your level, or this could be in and around your level, you know. So you have to adapt quick, and you have to be ready to fight. And as you said, lads are looking to pay for mortgages or goal bonuses. It's different when money's involved, you know.
Hold it there. If you haven't, make sure you check out www.fpms.ie to start your financial journey today. Are the dressing rooms majorly different? As in, obviously, senior men's dressing rooms are what they are, but is there a major difference between that level in Conference North, for example, and then in a Wolves first team dressing room?
I was never in the first team dressing room at Wolves full time.
Yeah.
But it's like, they're different people, aren't they? Like, let's be honest. They're different. Like, lads are probably coming in from work.
Yeah.
Lads from Wolves are probably coming in $100,000 car. Do you know what I mean? So they're different people, different to the scale. But listen, at the end of the day, they're all competitors. They want to go out and win, whether they're training or playing. They just want to win. So in that way, I guess they're similar. But obviously, the way they live and stuff like that is obviously different.
It's mad, isn't it? Like the game of football, the amount of different personalities it can attract and bring together. It's crazy, and everyone just has to get on, or try to get on. That's at least, as long as you're competing to win. I just find it fascinating, the different molds of people that come out of it. When you mentioned Nuno, right? Obviously, you were in a couple of his sessions.
Yeah.
I couldn't let this go. What is his like style of session like?
See, they play the three at the back, the wing backs.
Mm-hmm.
They play the 3-4-3 essentially, and it was like a, say, box to box, 18-yard box to 18-yard box, full width, and it was like zones. You stay in this zone, you stay in this zone. This is your zone, and you don't move in possession.
Mm-hmm.
And when he has it, you're here, this and that. Our possession, you're in. Kind of, literally, that's all. Like that's all we kind of done with them in that sense. It was just like we chase you, so they're popping it around. We have to chase them, and then we win the ball back. Stop, give it back to them. Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it was. That's just, and I'm sure every 23's reserve is the same thing. When the first team need match prep, you just do what you're told. You know what I mean? And that's what we done, and that's kind of what he done. Just phase of play, and they try different things. Or if they need to do crossing and finishing, they need a defender. They throw us in there. Do you know what I mean? We'd be heading balls against them and stuff like that. But listen, that was just part of your trade, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you just got on with it. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully he liked you, and if you didn't, you didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he's obviously coaching the start 11 at the weekend.
Yeah.
But do you still feel engaged in sessions like that? I know you're chasing around like a lunatic, but do you still feel engaged in sessions? Or are you like, this is just a
no,
pain?
you are, like, because at the end of the day, you want to impress him. He's the first team manager, so you're not going up there and just jogging around. Like, you're going around and putting yourself about, and you want to you want to impress the first team manager, because that's, at the end of the day, you're there to get into his first team. Do you know what I mean? So now you're running around, you're giving it your all. Do you know what I mean? Essentially, but at the end of the day, you still are there for the purpose of what they're doing on a Saturday. You know.
Do you obviously the mindset you talk about, you'll run around, but is there other lads in the 23s or that are just like, this is not me?
Like, you know, like there's different characters everywhere, and some lads,
attacking players is what you're saying.
Yeah. So like they probably think they should be in and around it maybe, and if they're not, they might let you know. Not let you know, but they'll probably show body language ways that they want to be there. I've seen it so many times with lads that, listen, they have the potential, but their attitude isn't good enough, and like at the end of the day, that's sometimes the manager just wants an attitude rather than a player. Wants to go fell it in around the place. You know what I mean? And he'll take the less ability for a great character that'll give him 100%. Like if you bring me on, I'll give you everything. Do you know what I mean? Rather than throw a strap here and you give me 10 minutes to show you, give me. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you just, at the end of the day, once your attitude is right and listen, your ability to look after itself, then at the end of the day.
Fair.
What age were you then when you left Wolves?
I think I was 21, 22.
Okay. And how was that process kind of?
Yeah, it was fun. Like, like as you said, like, you knew the standard was ridiculous, and I think I was just mentally ready to come home. I didn't want to, like, I could have went trials and a few things, but I just didn't want to do it. I just you know, you have to have a big disappointment that I kind of knew it was coming, but you're just like, I don't want to go around bouncing around England trial for this club, and I was just like, I'm ready to come home. So I just made a decision, and I was just like, no, I'm going to come home, and I just want to play first team football and then go from there then, you know.
It's fair. So you were happy enough to just be like, I'm not bouncing around from club to club. Yeah. So a lot of people do that, don't they?
Yeah, you can. Like a lot of, like, there's some clubs that'll just have like open trials for like lads that have been released from, say, a Premier League club. They'll just take lads in, and you could go into a trial game. There could be 7 or 8 trialists in a starting 11 or something. They might take you, they might not. But I was just like, I don't want to do it. I want to just go home. Like, I was thinking, go to a League One team, I do this, I go to another team, I'm sitting in 23s again, or I might rot away in the 23s. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want first team football, and then maybe kick on from there, you know.
It's interesting. When you had signed initially for Wolves, did you have an agent at the time?
I didn't know. I was so young.
So everything you signed was just
your
man,
my dad, he just organised everything. And listen, it was like a 1 year scholarship and a 2 year pro. I was not going to make or break me money wise or something. I just wanted to be there, you know. And then I think after that, you probably need one. Do you know what I mean? For your second one, maybe you probably need a bit of help. Just
so it's almost like obviously some agents
some lads
do
you know, like
do it really well for you, but do you find it's almost like a sense of security just having there that the contracts, I presume, are fairly vast? Like if you go through them, there's probably quite a lot in it. Yeah. Do you feel like you almost need someone there as a sense of security?
Depends. I think like depends what stage in your career you're at.
Yeah,
you know?
that's fair.
I don't think you essentially need one. I definitely don't think that. I think for the young lad going from here to England at 18, possibly he might need one. because you don't want to go into an 18s,
Mm-hmm.
and you might want to have a bit of security maybe. I'm not saying you're going to go straight into the first team, but you might have somebody to say, yeah, I don't want him to be in the 18s change room or something like that. I don't really know the ins and outs, but you kind of get where I'm coming from. Maybe that at an age I'm at now, do I need one? Probably not. Do you know, I'm confident enough I could probably handle myself, in a sense that I know I'm probably going to stay in Ireland for the rest of my career now, that I'm happy here. So I could probably handle my own stuff. But I said, at different parts, yeah, different like stages of your career, yeah, I definitely say a young lad might need one. But as you get older and you get more confident in yourself, probably not. Like,
Yeah, you mentioned staying in Ireland there. When you initially came back, you obviously wanted to come back, get home, get into your consistency in your football. Then, we'll go through a bit of your League of Ireland career today.
Yeah.
But you mentioned there that you don't think you'll go anywhere else by Ireland. Is that out of willingness, like you don't want to go, or you just don't think the opportunity will arise?
listen, I'm honest with myself, and I know I'm 27 years of age now. For to go back across to England is probably very, very unlikely. Listen, if an offer came out and it was ridiculous to go, do you know what I mean? Premier League football. Listen, I'm not an
Wolves
idiot.
are back.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an idiot, but no, listen, I'm happy here. I'm happy at Pats, and so like why change? You know what I mean? Like, there's no need for me to go looking for madness. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'm happy here. Yeah.
Was that always the case? Obviously, when you came back, you were 22, 21?
21, 22.
21, 22. Has the mindset been the same since then, or have you felt it's changed?
When you're younger, you're thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
Give me a year, I go back. Then you don't go. Give me another year, I go back. Give me a year, I go back. You know, but listen, as you said, like I think honestly, once you're happy and you're playing football and you're happy in your surroundings, you're happy where you're living and stuff like that, it makes a massive difference to your football, because you can be playing anywhere and you're not happy. You hate where you live, you hate the place you're living in, you hate the team and stuff like that. And it's your happiness is more important than a lot of things, and people don't realise that. I don't think you're thinking, why wouldn't you just go to England?
Yeah.
Or why wouldn't you just go to America? Or why wouldn't you just go here? And you're just like, yeah, hang on, I just leave everyone again, start a whole new life. Like, unless it's life changing money, which more often than not it's not. Do you know? Unless it's gonna change your life and change your, if you have a missus and kids and family and stuff like that, well then I think you're mad kind of doing it. You know.
So you see that a lot when players, particularly it's typically like the South American players, and they come to Europe and they get griefed out of it in the first year.
Yeah.
You always see it in England. I know the Premier League might be a bit different with the money and all, but people kind of forget the human aspect of this person could have left their whole family behind, but halfway across the world.
And you've not,
it's not like you can go see. It's not like Ireland to England where you can just go and see them.
And even then, Ireland to England, like,
well, yeah, it's exactly.
Still something. It's a change.
It is definitely like it's a culture shock. Like I know it's only over England, but the people are different. Believe me, the people are different. It's a different sense of humour. It's completely different. And yeah, as you said, you're going to a different change room or a different whatever you're doing. It doesn't even have to be football. It could be doing that. You could be going to a different workplace. Anything. You're just going around different people, and that you're not comfortable around. And then obviously not having, if you leave your family, and having your family around or whoever you might leave behind. You know, so it's complete culture shock. Even if it is a half an hour flight rather than a 15 hour flight or whatever.
It probably helps, like you said, with like you're making that more conscious decision now, maybe to stay, is that where the league kind of is and where it's going, hopefully
definitely.
where maybe a while ago there wasn't, like 10-15 years ago, although there was a professional teams in the league, it mightn't have been as sustainable as it is now. It was a bit hot and cold, whereas now it's a lot more sustainable. There's longer contracts, there's more security in it, where it's actually it's a proper league now. You know,
it's a good place to be at the minute. Like, it's a good place to play. As you said, like, the teams are getting better. As you said, the contracts are getting better. The standard is getting better. We're probably going to have the young lads staying. You never know. You could be playing internationals, Irish internationals. They could go on and be Irish internationals. You could be playing against, the next Robbie Keane. Or you could be playing like Sam Curtis or Adam Murphy, or the lads that go from, I'm just on the lads obviously that go from Pats. But you could, like, the standard is going to be good, because these young lads coming through are ridiculous. Do you know, they're so good that they're in men's football, and it's standing to them. Like, you can just see them growing as people and men. They're not able to just bully kids out of the way. Like, obviously they're obviously better physically developed, and that's probably where they are. They're playing first team football, but they're not able to do that, and they're in with men, and they're getting told this and that, and they're not getting told, oh, you're the best at this, you're the best at that. You know, there's people telling them, no, you can't be doing that. That's not good. This is that. You need to do this better. You know, and they're gonna go over there then a much better player.
Yeah.
Big thing people forget with the league is the European football as well.
Yeah.
Like you go, you can
European
make a move
appearances.
to a League One, League
Unreal.
Two. You might never touch a European
Unreal,
football.
yeah, 100%.
Whereas like here, what do we get? 4 European places?
Yeah, 4 this year.
It's 4, yeah.
That's a
So
lot. That's an awful lot.
what,
Yeah.
8? What's the perimeter? 10 team? 8 team? 10 team league,
10,
isn't it?
yeah.
4 out of 10.
Quality.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's
the
great.
opportunity to play in Europe is
It's the best.
Unreal.
It's the best. Like you go away in the summer, and I've been lucky enough to go through a few rounds. I haven't got to the group stage, but we've gone through a few rounds, and just them weeks they're just great. You know, you have to crack with the lads. You're going away to mad countries, and you're playing against really good players, technically really good players, and it's a great test for you. And you're playing in great stadiums and great pitches, and if you're in it for a few weeks, they are the best few weeks you can have of the year, definitely.
Who was the best side you played against in Europe?
I'd probably say Sofia or Pauk.
Yeah.
Pauk were good. The first we actually beat them in the Aviva with balls, but then we went over there, and they just turned it on.
Was Shinji Kago? Was
Yeah,
he playing for
Kago
him at the
was
time?
playing.
Yeah,
What a player, but it was
Hard, yeah, Kago was playing, yeah. But we went over there and they just
Popped
it was like a different team. Yeah, it was hot now. Like it was roast. It was in the middle of July. We went over to Greece, and no, they popped it like they were different, you know. And it's great for Irish teams because we're mid-season.
Yeah.
They're pre-season.
Yeah, so you can catch
You
them.
can
catch
a bit,
them.
like,
You
yeah.
can catch them, and I think that's how we caught Pauk. We beat them because we were like bang at it, you know. And they were, I think it was like a second game in pre-season.
Yeah.
You know yourself, your second game pre-season, and you're in a competitive game
Yeah.
here, and we're bang at it. Like you don't want to be there, like especially little fellas ratting around and stuff like that. They just wanted probably an easy one,
Yeah.
do you know. But like it plays in our favour massively, and it gives us the best opportunity to go. Like what Rovers done, got to the group stages, you know.
The potential in it is quality. Do you find going into them games, obviously now Pauk are a huge club,
Yeah.
but maybe the lesser rounds,
Yeah.
you get drawn against someone from Malta or something.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
it's an easier way then. Like, do you ever find that, or do you always respect the
No, it's
opposition
mad.
teams?
Like it's because they're obviously like every team can be different. So you could go against Malta and you might say Malta, but they might have had to win the league. Do you know what I mean? So you might be like, it's a decent standard, like, you know. So we can, but they're all technically very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. No matter any country I've gone to, they've been technically very good. Like we went to Luxembourg and played. I can't remember the name of the team. We played them last year, but
Doodle Lounge.
Sorry, that's what it was. We went and played Doodle Lounge.
What a
And,
name.
even technically, and it's so tidy on the ball, and everything's just crisp and that, and maybe they don't like you when you get after them and that because they're probably not used to that. Teams getting after them, pressing them hard, but technically all the European teams are just so tidy, and I don't know why it's mad.
Do you know actually, would their team have been like from Luxembourg, the players, or would they have been like just?
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't know, being honest.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
I'd imagine, like, I wouldn't imagine they'd have a lot of dough.
Yeah, to
wouldn't
be
like
yeah,
to be
to have
going
internationals
spending-
like or players
Spending
from
mad
other
money
countries.
on
Yeah,
international, so I'd say a lot of them probably are from in around that area, I suppose. Yeah.
You mentioned obviously the cup final win with Pats last year, but you've also been on the other side of it
Yeah.
with Bows, and you were on the bench as far as I'm aware for the game. What's that like? The flip side of it. So now you've experienced the highs of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got to enjoy them. But what was it like being on the other side of it?
Yeah, no, listen, it's obviously tough. It's really tough, yeah. And we were like, it was similar to Bowes this year. We were kind of relying on it for European spaces for the following year. But yeah, like it is like it's takes it out, you know. Like it's not right. Like you're thinking about a few days later, and you're thinking, I've done this, I've done that, and obviously I wasn't playing, and I was just like, if we got on, maybe we could have done this, or maybe could have changed that. But listen, I'm a left full, and I probably wouldn't have went and scored. Like, you know what I mean? You're kind of thinking, like, I wish I was playing there. Do you know what I mean? I wish I was. So then, but that was the hunger. Then I wanted to kind of like, no, I want to win this. Do you know what I mean? Like I know how it feels. I've been in the change room when they've lost, and you can see, obviously, I've Pats with the other team. You see Pats flying down change room, all the boys buzzing, and I was like, no, I know what it's like to lose, and I was telling the boys like, trust me, you don't want to be in that change room. You don't want to be in that losing change room. There's no way you want to be in that. You want to be flying down this tunnel and flying into that change room and drinking as many beers as you can. Do you know, that's what you wanted to be doing, but thankfully we were this year, and yeah, no, it is. It's tough, like.
That's it's rough, isn't it? For football, there's so much, so many highs, but there's much more lows.
Yeah.
The cup final night out must be a bit of crack, was it?
Yeah, it was mad. We were actually in the Red Cow. We got
Yeah.
good deal.
No, Connor was there.
Yeah.
It was like a mad rave. It was. It was deadly. Yeah, we had a great night, and then we went out the following day, and we had all the fans in. I don't know if you've been to Richmond, the pub next door to it.
Okay.
We were in there, and the Wolftowns came in. And the Wolftowns played for about 2 hours. So I think that mad Pats fans, the Wolftowns. So we had a great 2 days then, yeah. So it was a mad few days.
Then the holidays.
And
Great
then-
couple of months for you.
Yeah.
Great couple of weeks.
It's a great
Jeez.
time of year, in fairness. If you finish it out, win the cup, it's a great time of year. Obviously, have Christmas, and then a lot of lads that went away, and you have a nice holiday, and
You got to enjoy it.
yeah, you enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Like you do have to enjoy it. Like you probably milked it a bit too much. But you have to enjoy these
You don't win things
you know?
often.
Yeah.
Some players don't win that in a career,
Yeah,
you know.
that's very true.
A bit we kind of skipped over was when you came back to Ireland. How tough was that kind of phase of trying to find a club? I know you obviously ended up in Longford,
Yeah.
but how tough was that kind of phase?
Yeah, it was. Like I probably could have went to Bowes when I first came back. I remember Keith was speaking to me to go up, but I wasn't fit, and I knew. And to be fair, like to myself, like I've always been honest with myself, and I know when I'm at it and when I'm not. And I knew I wasn't fit. I'd only been away on holidays because obviously we finished up in the June
Yeah. So we
So-
come mid-season.
mid-season, and I knew I wasn't fit, and I was just like, no, I might put myself backwards here, so I'll wait. So I went along for the pre-season. I had a full pre-season and played the full year with them, and had a good year.
Was that Premier Division?
No, they were fourth
They were
division
first
at the
division then?
time.
Okay,
They
yeah,
were first division at the time, and I just knew I couldn't go into like a Bowes, or no disrespect to Longford or anything like that, but I just knew I couldn't go into that level. I wasn't fit, and I just explained that to Keith. I said to him, I'm not fit, I'm not ready. Give me a year, and I should be good to go. Like, you know what I mean? I backed myself, and I had a feeling I would. So then I just went to Longford and had a good year, and then obviously went to Bowes the following year.
Good self-awareness.
Yeah, no, I knew, like, you just know. I was like, I think I was in Mexico for like 2.5 weeks, and I was like, no way I can go in there, like, you know what I mean? And like, I might put myself on the back foot,
Yeah.
and I was like, I might, you know, you might go to Bowes, and then you might go back to Longford, and then you might go again, you know. So I was just like, no, I'm gonna wait, and it was probably the best decision that I could have made.
So you waited from June to the following,
say
what was it,
January.
December, Jan?
January, yeah.
What did you do in that day?
Yeah.
Did you just
I
kind
was
of
just training, yeah. I was just
Yeah.
doing bits and pieces myself and that, yeah, walking away and doing that. And listen, it was a good decision, you know, at the end. To be fair, like, Fenny was in there and Daradoya was there, so he was like, just come in, train with us. I was doing bits and pieces with him as well. He has his own, I don't know if he has any more. He had Pat the Pro at the time.
Okay, yeah.
So we had a bit there, and I was just doing bits and pieces with him there as well, so getting ready to go in. And then once I went into Longford for pre-season, I was kicked on then.
Nice.
Interesting, yeah, because
Yeah, take
if
it to
you
my
go the opposite way, if you jump in straight away when you come back like that, you can see that with players where they jump in and they don't
Yeah.
quite hit the ground running, then it's like, right, well, the next move, they go backwards again,
Yeah.
and then obviously their confidence will take a hit, and then they
Yeah.
kind of, some players just don't
Just
recover
fizzle
from it,
out
you know?
nowadays, yeah.
So it's an interesting way to kind of
Yeah.
wait and then kind of obviously
think
get
you
yourself
should-
in at the right time.
I don't know why, but I just backed myself. I knew. I was like, no, I'll do damage, not to my name or whatever, but like if I play, I mightn't be up to there. And I knew Bowes were going for Europe. I think it was like could have been the first year he went to Europe, and they were flying at the time. So I was thinking, I'm not ready for that, you know. Not that I wasn't ready footballing wise. I knew I could go in there and I could do well, but I just wasn't fit and I wasn't ready to go, and I didn't want to just rush it. So I said no, I'd wait.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of players would do that, thinking they won't get the phone call again.
Yeah.
They won't get the chance.
Yeah.
And then you go, obviously you had a good year,
Yeah.
and you kind of earned your right to
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
right, take me on now, which
Yeah.
is a fair play to that. That's tough to do. But like a lot of players will do the
Yeah.
opposite and jump at the
then have to go
opportunity,
back
and
then.
then you could struggle. Now you can go in and fly, and
Yeah,
it's the
of
best
course,
decision in your
yeah,
life.
yeah.
But you can also, especially after coming back, you think,
The hunger can be
I've-
gone a bit,
I've
can't it? Like, I
left
think if I've
England,
ever
like,
had
oh,
a bad setback,
yeah, it can
sometimes
be
your
tough.
hunger's kind of gone for a while.
yeah, it's probably a
know?
really good decision to just let your emotions settle, let
Yeah.
your
Oh,
your
definitely. I
mind
just
settle
knew
for
I-
such a long time.
I think you just know. I was just like, no, I'm not ready for this, and it was just it was a mature decision probably, like at the time, where probably like you see a lot of lads like I've been obviously, like when I see lads come into Pats or when I was at Bowes, they come back from England, they come in June after being away for. You get June off. There's nothing more sure that you're gonna go on a holiday at the end of the year. You go on holidays, and even now I know myself. We get the summer break and I go away for a week and I'm back in training. Like I'm not. You don't feel at it. So I was like, some lads go away for 2 or 3 weeks maybe in the summer, and then expect to go into like a Bowes or the Pats or the Rovers and expect us to go in and play. And you're like, that's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? And I just knew that. And I'd been speaking to people about, and then obviously I was speaking to Dara Doyle at the time, and he was like, just wait. He was like, come here. He was like, I'll take you in now. And I was like, no, I don't even want to do that because I don't think I'm ready even for that. Do you know? I just wanted to give me time. I'll walk, I'll do me bits and pieces, I'll train, I'll do me bits in the gym, and then come December I'll be ready, I'll be flying. And I just kicked on then.
That's it's very interesting. Because you
A lot
said
of people wouldn't go to the first division as well.
Yeah, but that's very
it's
true.
It's an ego thing.
Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean? A lot of people wouldn't go from England and say, I'm not going to the first division.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's an ego thing, and then they're sitting on the bench for all year for it, Pats or Bows or something. And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I knew, like, I was like, just give me a full year to get fit, get me name. I'd never played in the league.
Yeah.
So I was like, you hear about lads come back from England, some like just academy players. They're not ready for first team football. So I was just like, no, I'm gonna wait. Give me a good pre-season, and I will kick on then. And I just that's
You
what
got
I
player
did.
of the year that year, actually, didn't you?
I was in the team of the year.
Team of the year, sorry,
team of the year
year.
in that year.
Yeah.
I had a good year with Longford. We had a good team. We were actually unlucky not to go up. We had a good team, and I suppose I just backed myself to kick on then once I had a good year.
You were saying about like the opinion, if you were to jump into, let's say you did go to Bows, that initial stage, and you played, and you felt up here you weren't on it.
Yeah.
So you probably wouldn't have performed.
Yeah.
And you go through a run of like 3 or 4 games and you're not at it. That opinion is strong, isn't it?
Oh,
like for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For a long time as
Big
well.
time.
So I just find it so intriguing. Like
Yeah,
that
no, it
decision, although seems great decision now, so
Yeah.
self-aware, could so easily could have gone
Of course, because
another way.
you don't play for the first division team, you're out of the league. Like, or you bounce around the first division or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So there, like, I don't know what it was. Being honest, it could have been a fluke, or it could have been, I don't know, just a good decision that I made, and I'm glad I made it. I fully enjoyed my year at Longford. I had a great time. We had a good year, and I played well, and obviously got me moved to Bows then after that. So it was the right decision by the looks of things.
Excellent. For you personally, what do you value in management? So from a manager, what do you really like as a player?
It's just the details, you know. Like, I like the show. Like, I know they all care, but like, they're really going to details, and our gaffer's excellent at it. Like, match prep start today for Bows on Friday. You know, we done a session today going in towards Bows, and he leaves no stone unturned. It's just the little details. It's not just it's Monday, we're not playing till Friday. We'll do a bit on Thursday. We'll do a bit on Wednesday. I like girding everything around, and my gaffer now, John, he's excellent at it. We do that all week, and when he came in, I think that's why we done so well. When he came in, I think we went unbeaten for, I don't know what it was, 10 games or something, and obviously went on the cup final and got European football with a few games to go. So the little small details, I think, is what I like to see in a manager, and what I need, basically. I think I need that as well, as to show that, like, you care as much as I do, you know.
On a personal basis, obviously you're working with John now, but you've worked with multiple gaffers at different levels as well. Is there anything that you really dislike in a manager? So obviously you're not going to go naming names, but is there anything you don't like that managers do? For example, it could be just something as simple as you've been left out of a squad and they just don't communicate it for whatever reason. I think
that I think you have to keep everyone involved. You have to keep everyone involved, because you don't know when you're going to need that person. You're like, if all you were dealing with is the starting 11, and the only players you interact with are the starting 11, or the only players you interact with are the senior lads, you don't interact with the young lads. I think you have to keep everyone involved. Like, it was even a case of, like, even with us last year, and this is another example of John being very good at it. It was a lad, David Norman. He wasn't in the squad for like 4 weeks. Then he got an injury, came in, done excellent, and he played 5 weeks, and he was probably one of the best players of the cup final. You know, but that was because John kept on speaking to him, made him feel involved. He just kept him involved in the group. You know, and then little things like when you see managers not talking to starting 11, you're like, you're gonna need them at some point. You're like, let's be honest, League of Ireland, that they're not blessed with millions of players. Like, you're only realistic, if you're out of the team, you're only realistically an injury or 2 injuries away from getting into start 11, or if you're a young lad, getting into that squad and then taking a chance. So the squads are massive, so you have to keep everyone involved, and when they're ready, they're going to play for you, rather than just being like, it's a token gesture, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to feel part, and if they do leave you, if I got left out, I'd want to know the reason. Or if I need to improve, not just saying, oh, you're doing well, just keep going. Do you know, I want to know that reason.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
Different
because
personalities.
Irish football is so small as well. Like if you're a manager who goes around acting like that, word travels with players pretty
Yeah,
quickly. Like all it takes is a player who's been
it's a small,
mistreated
it's a
like
small
that
world. The
to
league's
move to
small.
another
The
club,
league's-
like, you
the
know.
league's so small. Do you know what I mean?
And your experience now as well,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
if
you
someone
hear-
new does come in,
Yeah.
you can probably smell it very quickly
Yeah,
what
definitely.
someone's all about.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, nice. On a day-to-day basis, obviously you're full-time with Pats, which is a fantastic thing to be able to say. Like here in the country, you can be a full-time player. But what do you do day-to-day outside of your sessions that allows you to perform at an optimal level?
Yeah, like I was obviously lucky enough last year that I didn't get injured, so I was able for selection every week. But I done a lot last year off the pitch as well. Like I was doing a lot of like pool sessions after training, stretching, bike sessions, and then I was doing like saunas, plunge pools, probably every day after training. So that's probably what was keep me in good nick all year. That I was able for selection, I suppose, and obviously it lasted 36 games or something. So, and then cup games as well. So, so I'd probably come home, go if you have gym or Pats, and I'd probably go to the gym again, doing bits and pieces, prehab maybe that I need if I'm struggling in an area, me groins or me quads or whatever, just stretch them off and stuff like that, and go into the pool, do a pool session, then sauna 10-15 minutes, and a plunge then for the same.
Do you find them kind of little bits of recovery each day? Do you find it like tough to do, or is it just routine at this stage? Or is
at this stage it is, but like it's tough. Like, but I know that it works now. You know,
yeah,
so
the proof's in like you
I
play
know-
every game.
I
Like
know,
so,
I know
yeah.
that it works now, and I've been doing it for a year and a half, probably every day for a year, solid year and a half. So, I know that it works. So I'm not going to change it now. You know, and
Had you injury problems prior to that?
Nothing major. Like I had little niggles and stuff that you have. You know what I mean? I haven't got a big injury, thank God. But no, it's just something I just wanted to do. You have loads of time.
True.
Do you know? Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I'm not one for sitting on PlayStations. Or I'm not one for just sitting at home doing nothing. So I enjoy doing the gym work. It's something that I like to do. So now every day I just went straight and trained and brought a bag and we went straight to the gym.
Nice.
And then just do me bits and pieces, and that's obviously, well, I don't know if that's the factor, but I'd imagine it's a big factor that
Surely it
keeps
helps.
me from injury free. It has to.
It's got to help.
Yeah,
It's gotta help.
definitely.
Even the mind.
Yeah,
Taking
that's
time like that to do your own
exactly.
bits, just
Yeah,
vital, isn't it?
yeah, definitely for your own head as well, definitely.
The extra bits, you have a set program, I would imagine, in the gym with Pats. Your own stuff that you do, is any of that weightlifting, or is it just a case of prehab, stretching, the basic stuff?
I would do an extra bit of weightlifting, because you only can do so much in the gym and Pats. You know what I mean? Because you have to train. You don't want to kill yourself. So sometimes I would go home and I wouldn't be lifting like bodybuilder weights, but I do a bit in pieces, core work, stuff like that. You know, body weight stuff. Just a few extra bits and pieces I do, just to make myself feel a bit better. Do you know what I mean? Just to make me feel ready for the match. I know I've done everything going into Friday. That I didn't leave a stone unturned. That I'm 100% ready to go. You know, so so that's just my routine now. Go straight in the gym with Pats or train and just go straight to the gym.
Nice. And do you have a game day routine? Playing the evenings?
Yeah, game day. Yeah, so I'll probably get up. I just get up at the same time, bit of breakfast, and then I just go on a walk, just a little stroll. Probably head to the shop, get a coffee or whatever. Then I'd head back and have me lunch, go for a kip then, and then get up, have pre-match, head on. That'd be for home
Sleep,
games.
the nap before games.
Yeah.
I could never do that.
Really,
yeah. Especially it makes sense for the evening one, because you're probably going to be up late after that. You need like pre-rest. Because you're we've heard everyone's just wired to the moon. They can't sleep after a game. Yeah. So what time? So let's say 7:45 kickoff. Is that normally what it is? What time are you going for a nap?
Probably about 1 till about 2:30, 3.
Interesting.
Up, shower, pre-match, gone.
Mad.
I always feel terrible after that.
I would be like,
I
can't. If I woke up from a kip, I'd be like, I don't want to play.
Sleep.
I don't want to play. Like, no way. Like,
no, it is. If we don't have it, like, I'm a bit like, I didn't sleep. I didn't have that. I didn't have that nap.
Yeah. That's bad.
Do you feel energized when you wake up? Or is it a case they take you a while to get going again?
No, I just get, you do. I think it's just the mental thing. Like, you know, even if I lie in bed for an hour and a half, half an hour, whatever, 90 minutes, and you're just like, no, I'm ready to go now. Up, shower, gone, pretty much.
That's mad,
isn't it?
Because I would think that when I'm trying to nap, I'd just be thinking about the game that's about to happen. I'll maybe sleep.
I could never sleep. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'd be overthinking
Everyone's
everything.
one
Yeah,
that has that
everyone's-
nap, especially when they have a night game.
Yeah.
If I had we very rarely have an early kick off, but
Yeah.
if it's having an early kick off, you just get up and go. Do you know what I mean? But no, but away trips are different. Obviously, you're on the bus like with
Yeah.
20 lads. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to have a kip. So, but I'm not like, if I don't do my routine, I'm all over.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean? If we're on the bus with the lads, we're having a chat and this and that, like it's grand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if we're at home, if I can have a kip, I'll have a kip. Do you know?
Nice. Nice. And what's the pre-match meal? What do you go for?
Porridge.
Yeah. Good prop.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Good prop.
Porridge. Yeah.
Good prop.
Always
Basics.
porridge. Yeah.
Very good. Flavins, I hope.
Yeah.
Quick oats. Tell you what, tasty.
They are tasty, to be fair.
Very nice.
What's your go-to topping? Are you plain
I'm
Jane?
plain Jane. Simple.
Nothing sweet in it?
Basics. Nah.
No sugar, no?
I'm a born bastard though. So
Just plain.
yeah, simple.
Wet carb.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I actually think it's tasty.
Really?
No
Yes,
honey
I'm
or
weird.
that, no.
Honey,
No,
yeah, a bit
not
of sugar
required.
maybe.
It's nice though. I don't like if someone's throwing honey in, I'll be like, alright, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I forgot. Yeah, you do eat.
Just simple, like
Yeah.
basic.
Whatever works, isn't it?
Whatever works is right. Whatever works is right. Listen, pre-game porridge.
What pre-game for you?
Pre-morning.
Pre-five aside. Oh, stop.
Oh, I'm miles away from them now. Thank God. Right. Next topic. Yeah. Are we going to the next topic? What do you
Topic.
think? I was just going to talk
It's a
about the
good
end of the
quiz.
year.
Yeah,
end of the year.
that's what I was going to
Yeah,
finish with.
Wrap up at the end of the year. What are your favorite projections for this year? Like, what do you think is achievable? Obviously, you're going to say, "Oh, I want to win the league, I want to win the cup, I want to do this." But
Yeah.
what do you think is very achievable, and what do you want out of this year personally as well?
Listen, I think everyone wants the league, you know. League's the one that everyone wants to go after. Rovers have been excellent the last 4 years and they're going to take some stopping. And listen, Derry were finished ahead of us last year as well, so they're going to take some stopping. We have to get over them first. But the league is the one I think when Rovers won the cup in whatever year it was, 2019, they went down to win the league, and then obviously the success they've had after has been excellent. But that's kind of, I think, the step that we need to go and make ourselves a great team. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just a cup team. You want to go and win that league, and then you want to go and win another one and be that dominant team in the country. So I'd say the league definitely. But listen, I'm not going to turn my nose up to a cup. Do you know what I mean? But I'd like to give it a go. I think Europe, I think we missed out on that one last year. I think we could have beat the old launch. I do genuinely think we underperformed there. And we weren't in a good run of form at the time, but I think Europe and the league definitely. I'd like to give a good rattle at Europe.
And you personally?
Me personally, just stay in the team. Suppose just do what I done last year, stay in the team, play as many games as possible. Chip in with assists if I can, goals if I can.
I was gonna say,
So
good
just-
luck.
just
Goals.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Neck, yeah.
Or
What's
just
your
chip
highest
in.
season? What have you?
Two.
Da- 3 this year.
3 this year.
Three
yeah.
this
No,
year.
just chip in, you know yourself. Just chip in what I can, play as much games as I can, and just help the teams, you know.
Excellent. That was great.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it was very good
Enjoyable.
conversation. Nice and
Yeah.
nice flow, nice and open. Love that. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks very much.
Really
lads.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Good luck. By the time this comes out, the game will be done.
Which game? Next game?
Bows.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
playing Bows.
Yeah.
It'll be done. You know the result, viewers. Hopefully it goes in your favour. Paddy won't be saying that though.
Oh yeah, Paddy. Yeah.
No, but thanks again. Really
Yeah, no
appreciate
worries.
the
Thanks very
time.
much. Thank you.
Sweet.
All
That was
good.
great, man.
Watching you,
Yeah.
Paddy.
That was deadly.